What narcissists say and do to get back their victims. If you've ever dated a narcissist, you know how tough it can be to end your relationship with them. Even after they've put you through more degrees of emotional agony than you could ever imagine, those charming, manipulative bastards seem to know just which buttons to press in order to make you feel like you're the villain for giving up on your union. Breaking out is doable, though, provided you understand the basic strategies narcissists will take to keep you in their life. Knowledge is power, and if you recognize this pattern of conduct, you can disarm it, escape it, and permanently eliminate these people from your life. Hoovering. Assume you've successfully severed relations with your narcissistic ex. You've kept radio quiet, and you've begun to rebuild your life. And then, out of nowhere, they contact you with a message that simply kicks you in the stomach. Perhaps they learned of your parents' death and text you to express their sorrow. Or maybe you get a tear-stained message attached to your door in which they bemoan their brokenness and claim you were the only good thing that had ever occurred in their life, and they're so sorry for screwing things up between you. This hook, like a vacuum cleaner, is designed to pull you back into their web. They are aware of your vulnerabilities if you have revealed them to them. They know what makes you tick, and, like a well-trained assassin, they know the weak points they may exploit to achieve their goal, in this instance, to reclaim you in some way. Most likely, they don't want to re-establish a relationship with you, they simply want to show themselves that they could have you if they wanted to, so they can suck up your energy to feed their ego games for a short time before dumping you again. Intermittent reinforcement. Remember how fantastic things were at the start of your relationship. Before things went bad. When were you their globe, their sun, and their stars? Before, everything you did annoyed them. A narcissist will rely on such memories to keep you hooked. This strategy is especially useful if you have poor self-esteem, because small acts of kindness are like oases of hope in an otherwise desolate landscape. When those moments occur, remind yourself of the overwhelming ugliness that occurs the majority of the time. If necessary, print up nasty text messages and emails and place them on your wall as immediate reminders. Promises of change. The person you dated but haven't seen in a long time suddenly writes or contacts you to tell you they're in treatment. They've recognized they require assistance. They want to make a shift. They're working on it, and one of the things they'd like to change is how they've handled you. And there go your heartstrings, because you cared deeply about this person, and probably still do, and they've just probed that tender area in your heart where you've always hoped, prayed, fantasized, that they'd wake up to their potential and become the person you always knew they could be. The problem is that they are fully aware of how successful this hook can be, which is why they employ it. Of course, that's a load of nonsense, but it's a darn brilliant manipulation tool since it appeals to your humanity and sympathy. Rescue me. When the object of your past loves is suddenly in jeopardy, another hook will spear into your marrow and drag you back in. Perhaps their new relationship has, allegedly, turned abusive, and they want your protection or strength to get out of it. Maybe they've been arrested, or are in some other terrible position, and you're the only one in the world they can trust and rely on while they're in such a dreadful spot, so please help, please? Isn't it effective? You're virtually screwed either way. If you help them, you'll be drawn back into their ebony vortex of horribleness, and the cycle will start all over again. If you don't assist them, you'll feel like the coldest person on the planet for leaving them when they were vulnerable and called out to you. They must truly love you. Furthermore, if you do not assist them when they cast their fishing line out to pull you back in, you may be confronted with. When it comes to narcissists, keep in mind that they are the way they are because they are in pain. They've been harmed, and their conduct is the result of significant inside trauma. It's unusual for a narcissist to change, but you can bet they'll injure the majority of the individuals they let near to them. It's acceptable if you love a narcissist. You're a nice, possibly sympathetic person who has sought to help someone who is clearly in suffering. But you must love yourself more and flee before you become more wounded than they are.